is going on, you dead set legends, and welcome to the Ready Bang, the #1 Legacy Hammer sorting out show on the planet. I am your host, the Aussie arm wrestler, Jake Wall. We've been hanging and banging, slinging and slinging, jaw jacking and wrist cracking. And I'll tell you, a bit's going on. And once again, it just gets a time of the arm wrestling world where we just got a little bit of a gap between like a next major event, lots of local events going on, but just a little bit of gap before we get to the big main event at the end of February. So we just slot in a bit of Legacy Hammer talk. And I just need to know what you guys think about it. It's great. If you and then you hate the Legacy Hammer, if you want to kiss him with your mouth open. If you're a huge Devon fan, then it's like the Legacy Hammer must come back. If you hate WAL, you're like the Legacy Hammer must go down the toilet. I hope Morozov melted into Nick Lace, which he didn't do. So it's very, this is because it's really associated with Devon. You get the Devon haters coming for him, and then of course the huge Devon lovers going full tilt in bringing it back. But I just enjoy it all. I just enjoy it all. I've found myself a few times when I've had a spare couple of minutes, I've been on my phone, I'm like, oh, I'm reading that, or I'll watch that. And I'm just like, come on, guys. So passionate. But we're going to try and get into it. And of course, fun fact for those watching, in the thumbnail, I am holding a WAL hammer. It's not the Legacy Hammer. When I was at Devon's house a couple of years ago, he had a few other hammers there because he's got so many of them. Let me hold one. I'll try to put it in my bag. No, I didn't really try and steal it. But if given the opportunity, he says, do you want to take that one home? I would have said, fucking absolutely. I would have bought it off him. As Andy says, it was Jake all along. It was, mate. I've pinched it. I've pinched it. Moises is in the chat. What's going on? Ready bang. He's up and about. My man, my manager, Phil Woody. How you going, Phil? Hope you and the family are well. Chip Ferguson's up and about. What up, Jake? Hope you and the family are well. They're just brilliant. They're just amazing. I love them. And they're good. And he says a quick hello. Magic 76ers is in there with a hello. Well, he says hi. I was speaking about this yesterday. I was on Through the Fingers podcast, and Minion, you and many others, I miss Prime Maximum Bang Monday. I do miss it. It was so much fun. Prime Maximum Bang Monday was elite. Suggest the poll. Has the left arm hammer really been lost? No, but let's talk about that a little later on in the program, and let's chuck in our theories. What up, Nathan Macklemore? What up? I like the idea of a linear champion that transcends all leagues. Well, yes and no, Pronator, because if usually the linear champion, the Legacy Hammer holder, will be most likely the EVW super heavyweight champion. So then if, say, a Devon goes and then he pulls left arm at another promotion, injures himself, and then that hammer's gone. Like, I kind of get it. But I also understand the business sense why it's not. Brad Butler, yo. My simple opinion, the hammer looked cool. Bringing back a win. Yeah. It's cool. It is cool. What else have we got? Personally, I am a fan of Devon's vision of a legacy. I understand his frustration when he tried to create an artifact that would still mean something in the future. Is it true? Love it, Magic 76ers. Is it true that the hammer's lost in transit? I am going to say no. I don't reckon. What up, Rickard? and Beata, -11 in Norway. The other poet patriot. We had a very patriotic day yesterday. It was Australia Day yesterday. Caused us huge division here in Australia. But it was a fun day. I went to the beach. DD Community 92. Yo, Ozzy, how is life going? Life is always amazing. Nice to see you live again. Thank you very much. Just want to make sure I say hi to everyone. The Legacy Hammer, my man Brian, should have no association with EVW. They should do whatever they want as a trophy. And then the Legacy Hammer behind the scenes like it was originally intended for. Now, I should write this down, Brian. So I've got a theory of what the next one should be. And it can involve EVW. I've lost my pen. I'll write it in my phone. I've just thought of it then. Okay. Yes. Yes, I do. 100%. 100%. They were good friends. And also another influence would be Dennis really did not like Devon's behavior during their matchup. Who else is hanging about? Houdini Sports. Crazy Uncle Jim. It is awesome. The hammer is gone. We're never seeing him again. Hopefully, we can ask Vitali live. Just trying to work out a time to get Vitali on the show. So hopefully later on this week, we will have the old Vitali. So, you dead set legends. Let me just... So what's the latest? So the latest is Dennis and John were on a podcast with Robert Baxter and co. on the East versus West channel. Make sure you go check it out. And I tuned in at the right time. Thought, bloody hell, this is cool. See how John's looking, see how Dennis is looking. And they were banging on about the hammer when I tuned in. So a part of me thinks that Dennis just might be winding Devon up. I know John Brezink loves to throw in a few pot shots. So they were speaking about it. And then Devon went on a show somewhere. I really think Devon's reply, I couldn't find it, but I really think Devon's reply should have been on the East versus West channel as well. Not on my channel, not on anyone else's channel. I really think it would have been a good live to go straight back to the East versus West channel. It was somewhere else. I've seen a couple of clips, but we know Devon's side of it. And Devon then started sharing videos of, if the translations were correct, showing the videos of Dennis having the letter read out to him. Was Dennis concentrating? Was he understanding it? Or did he just not care? And then there was posted a bit of a translation. So it was in, I believe. So here it says, "Hey, champion, Rick Pickney will bring you the hammer I promised so long ago. Hope that over the years, this hammer is passed from champion to champion, becomes a symbol for us all. While it's yours, make whatever changes you like, but make sure your name is on it before it leaves your hands. All the best, Dennis." So this is where I think the communication broke down. So we'll get back to that in just a moment. And I think I've got a reason. So the backstory of it all is Dennis and Devon had a match. Dennis won the left arm match. Legacy hammer was given to him. There was a note inside the hammer. The note was read. And Devon's intentions were, you keep competing with that left arm. And if you're not going to compete, go give it to a champion. Dennis, I think, has had a bit different. And so that he's had it a bit different. Understood it a bit different. We'll go back to that note there that I just put up, and we'll try and break it down. And then everything just kind of got quiet. I mean, Dennis got sick. Arm wrestling went into a bit of a lull. There was really no money or anything like that. There was a whole heap of miscommunication. And just like anything, just wanting to make a comeback. Like, people might not arm wrestle for years and then they come back. Just because it hasn't been spoken about for years, it doesn't mean it's irrelevant. Like, some athletes retire. Michael Jordan retired. Doesn't mean he was irrelevant to basketball. He came back dominated. John Brazing, he had a lot of time off during that time. Denis Cyplenkov, when he was sick, it doesn't mean he's irrelevant. So now, over the last few years, Devon wanting to inject more lineage, more excitement, more stakes into the arm wrestling. He's like, fucking give me back that legacy hammer. Like, let's get this back up and running. And, so then obviously the Devon fans got behind it. WAL fans like myself were like, oh, yeah, shit, the legacy hammer. Yeah, get that in there. I reckon that's another new cool thing. And now there's this back and forth of where is the hammer? So we all know the backstory. So then Dennis reckons he gave it to Morozov when Morozov became champion. Then there's talks about it got lost on the plane, lost in transit, and then there's talks of it being melted down. I would think that, in all honesty, either Dennis still has it, and he's just like, you know what? I'm getting my revenge from our right arm match in 2023 or 2024. Okay. You want to get stuck into me saying that I kissed Babkin, saying that I'm a retard? Well, I'm coming. I'm coming strong. I'm coming for you. I'm coming to get you. And this is my way of revenge. And, it's one of those things that just kind of wind Devon up. And he's like, oh, so let's go back to the note. This is where I kind of think it's all gone wrong. So, hey, champion, Rick Pickney will bring you the hammer. I promised so long ago. I hope that over the years, this hammer is passed from champion to champion. Now, this is a translation. Now, it says, I hope that over the years, this hammer is passed from champion. I hope. Well, I don't think Dennis had any left arm matches or many left arm matches since their famous match, world famous match. I don't think there was many matches. So Devon was kind of implying, right, let's get it going, pass from champion to champion. That word hope doesn't help. He says, while it's yours, make whatever changes you like. Now, depending on what side of the fence you sit on, you could interpret that, well, I'll just make the change that I'm keeping it forever and I'm retiring it. Where Devon was more cosmetic. If you want to put a new symbol on it, if you want to just have it saying Dennis, if you want to change it, if you want to add some tassels on it, some sprinkles on it, make some cosmetic changes that you want, because we need to get to that match. And that's where I think it's all. But then Devon kind of saves himself because it says, but make sure your name is on it before it leaves your hands. So here, translations, winding up, playing dumb. I don't know, but there can be a bit of a misinterpretation of what on both sides for this one, in my opinion. It's all interesting. It is all very interesting. Let's see what you guys quickly say. Yeah, good man. Hit the like, says Houdini. Morozov probably told Dennis, I'll take care of it. And Morozov is like, yeah, it got lost. It's gone. Forget about it, Devon. Yeah, because I know that Morozov isn't the biggest fan of Devon. So this is their revenge plot, their side quest, so to speak, maybe trying to get one up on Devon. And if they are, I don't mind it. So long as The physical thing of the Legacy Hammer is still there. It's like if someone kidnapped my elusive trophy. It's okay. Wind me up. Get stuck into me. Just make sure the physical element of this is not harmed, even though one of the things snapped off. It's not harmed. So I reckon back in the day, it was clear instructions. Say the hammer's gone. Say it's gone. Get rid of it because we've... Okay, I don't know why I keep bringing it up, lady, but that ugly gauntlet, that ugly glove came in. It's like, oh, we're going to talk about this now, which has zero legacy, in my opinion. Dennis was good on his day. I think he realised he's past it, and he's a bitter boy. I don't know if he's bitter, Bowden. I don't think he's bitter. But you got to understand, like Dennis, I've spent a bit of time with Dennis, and I get along. I like him. I really like him. He just loves arm wrestling. So, like with me, I'm not bitter. I gave up my body running, raising money for charity and everything like that. I gave up my body. I've got a prosthetic hip now. I've put on weight, and I can't run anymore. Now, I'm not bitter that I can't run, but you do just get a bit frustrated that you can't be at your best. But he just doesn't seem bitter about anything. I think Dennis is having fun poking the bear. Tasman Ord says he didn't have any matches after that because peaking for that match with Devon nearly killed him. Because I think that's the timeline, Tasman Ord, isn't it? That he got sick afterwards. Yeah, and it's a bit of a bit of banter, a bit of fun with it. Because I can't see Dennis throwing trophies out. Yeah, playing games. I'm with you. Dennis still has it. Cool. EVW just has to make more happens. There's always going to happen when pullers can't stand each other. Everybody's not. No, of course not. No, we're getting a little bit bigger now. Okay. And what up, Atlantis IRL? And everyone's just saying hi to each other. So let's go back to this. So I know it can be a very touchy subject with a lot of fans, especially if you're on the opposite side. If you're like an Eastern European fan, if you're an England fan, you don't want it. Should we bring the hammer back? Now, going back, and it's a part of the latest, Robbie B was saying that they're going to do the Stormbreaker, the battle axe, where I think the axe has to be blunt. Otherwise, you're carrying a weapon onto the plane. So I like the concept. I think for me, you just need execution. So like the concept of like the gauntlet glove, like I kind of understood it, but it just looked shit. You know what I mean? So the execution was poor, and I hated why it was created. But so if they're going to do the Stormbreaker, then that's fine. Then that's fine. Just make it look cool. Nothing worse. I'd imagine nothing worse than when you've just won this prestige award. I've done it with basketball tournaments. You win this prestige thing, and then they just give you a dog shit trophy. And so you're just like, you know what? I'm the champ. It's okay. But now I've got this crap trophy, which I'll just hide. But I've been given some banger trophies. So should we bring it back? Let's see what you guys say. Make a new hammer and don't give it to the pullers. Just add winners' names and hold the trophy when they win, and it stays with EVW while the winner has the belt instead. Great idea. I like it. After the event, get your photo shoots and everything like that. I wouldn't even mind if EVW paid the postage. All right, we'll post it to here. When's your next title match? Germany. Okay. Make sure here's $200. Make sure you post it back. I wouldn't mind too much of that, but then the pay-per-view price will probably go up. But that's not a bad idea. That's a good idea. Arminian. What up, Nick Holmes? What's going on? What's going on? So you're not a fan that they're going down the Marvel route? I don't blame you. I don't blame you because Thor was Hammer, Gauntlet was Thanos, and now the Stormbreaker. There was just something about the Hammer. I think there was just something about it. I can be a bit of a plain Jane, so I think less is more. If you look at the best logos in history, McDonald's is an M, Nike's a tick. Like less is more. So there was just something about the Hammer that worked. So should we bring it back? I wouldn't hate it. Like if the Hammer came back, I definitely wouldn't hate it. If the Legacy Hammer came in, do we need to bring it back? No, we don't need to bring it back. For me, you've got the super heavyweight champion of the world. They've got the ultimate credence, the top tier level, the name. That's fine. I would like it if they brought it back, absolutely, but I don't think it's needed. You're the champion now. If you're going to take on people from other leagues, from other divisions, they pay for your flights, accommodation, appearance fee, and you go defend the Legacy Hammer, say, at the Montana Armbender, at Mac, at Get Cracked, at the Monster Factory, then that's all right. It'd be like having a Legacy trophy from the winner of the NBA, but then they go play the top team in Europe, the top team in Australia, the top team in China. And then it's like, oh, no, well, now the, Panathinaikos are the Legacy champions. So should we bring it back? It's not a necessity, but I love it. I love the Legacy Hammer. I'm a WAL fan. It sits well with me. I want it. We've got, yes, bring it back. G'day, Keithy. Keithy. They can talk all this smack and roll Devon up, but if Devon beats Vitali or loses to Vitali, they need to bring it out. I hope it turns up in Vienna. I really do. I hope it turns up in Vienna. Okay, everyone's having their thing. So should we bring it back? I'd like it back. I would like it back. So what happens there with the future of the Hammer? For me, I mean, we're all giving out amazing things. First of all, what Dennis should do is make a video holding it, caressing it, having a cup of tea with it. He should just make a video. And if he really wants to wind Devon up, you play it right before they come out. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now the main event. Now let's hear it from the athletes. And then they go back to the stage and it's like, hang on, we've just got one more video. And then it's Dennis going, hey, I've got it. It's here. I think that would be cool. So that could be one idea. The second one, which can take a bit from it, as a lot of you are suggesting at the moment, replicate it, make a new one, and things like that. Yes, I understand. When you're an athlete, you want the real deal. You want the exact thing, and you just want it to be the actual Legacy Hammer, the real one. It's like, oh, hey, everyone, like we're, like I got a signed Devon Larratt rookie card here, or a signed Marcio Barbosa, and then I send you a replica one. that's got a printed signature. You really want the real one. That could happen. But what I think, and this is purely on the athletes. And you can be in talks with EVW about this. I would start from scratch. As in, let's go back to square one. Every single athlete in the world qualifies for it, for the Legacy Hammer. And what are we in now? Late January. And by December, we crown a new champion. So if you're running a tournament, your overall winner qualifies. But you do have to pay your own way. So it's like in December, if you have won a tournament around the world, you qualify. So then they get to their December pay-per-view and they get to crown the next Legacy champion. And then if it's a mid-tier guy, top 20, top 50, top 60, they can go out and defend it. But you have to put things in there, right? You've got to defend it 4 times a year. And of course, if you're the Legacy champion under EVW, then your flights and everything get looked after. But I think you start from scratch and build this thing up for Legacy. You know, you're seeing pullers in China, Australia, Indonesia, France, and it's like, this is a part of the Legacy. It's like, right, all the highlights, and then suddenly you're getting all these monsters everywhere. And then it's like, hey, if you've won your tournament, and it's just an open weight, double elimination tournament, because that's how the Legacy Hammer was originally won, I believe. And go from there. And then in December, we've got 30, 40, 50, 60 beasts from around the world, and then we build it from there. EVW might let you defend it on the show. Hey, this is the Legacy Hammer Championship. And then it builds up to there before it gets, and then you get a year of defending it all over the world. Come to Arm Havoc. Come to Arm Wars. Come to AWE. And it's just defended everywhere until then it starts making its way into EVW. It's like a 2-year thing, but then it's building new legacy. Building right up. And I think that's what the future of the Hammer should be. Now, if Dennis has got it and he gives it back and the winner of Devon Vitale get the Hammer, well, then we go from there. That's beautiful. We're on. Keep going. But I just think this is a really good chance of something amazing. Like a blank canvas. So every single promotion out there gets to run one tournament. Fuck it. If they're going to pay for their own flights, you can run as many tournaments as you want. And so long as you have won, then you get to go. Like Arizona States, in June, they have an overall champion. Right, you get to qualify for it. I think that's what the future of the Hammer should do. Blank canvas, shoot for the stars, and really build this thing up, almost like a newish Legacy Hammer. Give it some story. Give it some background. Yes, we can make another one and give it Vitale, but then the strongest left arm in the world has both titles, and it's just like, well, then what was really the point? If Vitale's going to go to, AMC, or if he's, and defend it, against like a Dmitry Salayev and things like that, that's pretty cool. I'd be happy with that. It's no good for East versus West, because if Vitale gets injured or their super heavyweight champion gets pinned by someone else, doesn't make your company the best in the world, because it's like, well, Vitale just went over there and got pinned. So then if you start from scratch, it's a 2-year build-up and everyone's talking about it. Now, you can, if it's under EVW can say, cool, if this is your Legacy Hammer Tournament qualifier, you got to put EVW there. So you get free advertising everywhere in the world. People want to do it because then if you win, say, February, March, April, and you're a big super heavyweight guy and you're super pumped, then you can spend the next 6 or 7 months getting sponsors for the tournament, getting, GoFundMe pages, building your YouTube channel up to try and get some money to get to that December tournament. I'm right. The more I talk about it, and this just came off the top of my head as the show started, I think I am right. I think I've got it. And everyone out there, you're welcome. Just once again. Another home run. Another home run. But yeah, that would be my version of the future of Hammer. It's interesting. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Replicating, engraving in gold, make it fancier. Put it in the EVW contract that winners should hand it over if they lose. And I think they've got to at least defend it 3 times a year. 3 times a year. Brad, first of all, those 4 words will get you in so much trouble. Honestly, Aussie is right. People don't like it when I'm right. They'll steal my ideas. I really don't care about it personally. I just don't understand being greedy or a jerk about it. Why not honor it? It almost becomes the statute of limitations, doesn't it? Where, because it wasn't really spoken about, like Dennis was sick and everything and was maybe going to come back. By the way, I got to announce his comeback match. It's an honor, and I'll brag about it every single time. When Denis Cyplenkov made his comeback to arm wrestling, it was me announcing, and I got to commentate with Coach Ray. Something that I hold very dear to my heart, the Cyborg. It was brilliant. But it's almost like, well, it's been years. No one's talking about it. It's basically mine now. I like the Hammer. I think creating a new one is the answer. I think that's the easy fix. I think that's the quick, easy fix about it. In my opinion, it's the, all right, just make a new one. Let's get it going. Is it the right answer though? I don't know. What new item would still be manly and take its place? And what about for the women? The same thing. For me, I just think, in all honesty, like I love the Legacy Hammer. Don't get me wrong. But I just think the championship belt's enough. I think the championship belt's enough. Women's division, in all due respect, it's just too hard. Like no one's competing against Barbara. Now, would I love to see the same thing that I just suggested earlier for the men? Absolutely. Then you got all the women competing all around the world. It's like I could become the first ever women's legacy holder. Bob Anderson says we can remake it and put the names of all the pullers that were number 1 in the world. Interesting. Replicating is a no from me. Crazy Uncle Jim says the Russians are very prideful people. Dennis and his friends are not just gonna forgive and forget what Devon said to them. The hammer is gone. Could be right. You could be right. I think there's just yeah, like I said, like winding him up, Crazy Uncle Jim. I think they're just like, right, we've got you here, Devon. We know this is going to bother you. We know this is going to upset you. So we're coming for you. That's the way I see it. What else have we got? Okay. Oh, that's a nice little notification. Lineal champ, so every defense is a hammer match. Well, it would be like you can't just sit there and go, well, let's go for the super heavyweight championship and you're the hammer holder as well. Yeah. Oh, we're only just going to do it for the hammer. No, it just has to be everything. It has to be everything. Just having a look. Bob Anderson wants the return of WAL. Look, I love the WAL. I messaged Steve Kaplan the other day. I love the WAL. When I first started in arm wrestling, that was the dream to make the WAL. But then when I started the lockdowns and everything, WAL never came back. But it just, so long as it's going to be hard. Because sometimes it's like, when your favorite TV show back in the day makes a comeback years later, you just don't want it to be a shell of itself. And I think that's what WAL are just waiting. They're going, right, if we can absolutely nail this, if we can get the TV contracts, the same or better setups, the crowds, I think that will work. I'll tell you what is fun. Go back and watch some old WAL matches, and then you'll start noticing people in the crowd. You're like, oh, there's so-and-so. There's so-and-so. Oh, beauty, there's so-and-so. I love the logo. I'm really spewing because we had a WAL qualifier in Australia at the very first tournament I turned up to. And I didn't want to buy a shirt because I was like, I don't want to be that guy. First time turning up to a tournament, never arm wrestled before. And I was spewing. I never got a WAL shirt. I've always wanted a WAL shirt. Maybe I'll make my own. But that's not the same, is it? It's not an actual WAL shirt. Now, maybe the WAL come back and they call theirs the Legacy Hammer. Recently, they have been started posting a lot. They've done this a few times over the years. They just start posting a bit and then they go away. They start posting a bit. But I just hope that it is something very, very similar to what they were producing 2017 to 2019, because that shit was fire. I loved it. And it'll be very interesting to see now, because back then I just loved it. I didn't know too much about arm wrestling. I didn't really dip my foot into it, but I'm like, this is my jam. So now, if it comes back, it's like when you start learning about arm wrestling and then you watch Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, and then you're like, well, there's no way he was winning that match with that form. So it is brilliant. Right, let me just say in Norway, we have belts that we win here. Points for the whole year. Best results, get the belt. If you win it for 3 years in a row, it is yours to keep. Fair enough. I don't mind a points system. Mr. Maestro, you're going to get yourself in trouble here. Aussie, one of the few voices of reason in the entire sport. It's just what I do. Yeah. Sometimes Mr. Maestro gets me into a lot of trouble. I'm just very happy that I've just done it all my way. Brad Butler says, words are words, hype is hype. It's a freaking game of sport, but it's entertainment. It is. What up, Mark Redden? How's it going, Jake? Glad to catch another live. Glad that you're in here, and I hope everyone in here has hit that like button. I'm just getting all your thoughts about it. With a ready bang. I always think of the Frank Sinatra song. Morning, baby. Love you. That's the sign that I've only got about 5 minutes left. So let's talk about it all. My beautiful wife is just making the girls breakfast. We've got a little bit on today, but I wanted to come in and chat to you Dead Set Legends about it. And it was great. Erdemis was the one that brought up the question. So if everyone's like, stop talking about it. Well, Erdemis brought it up to Devon, to Dennis and John. Also, trying to work out a time, hopefully this week, Vitaly Laletin will be coming on the show. And, of course, we'll bring up the Legacy Hammer then. So, initially, I think, should we bring it back? Yes. Is it the be-all and end-all if we bring it back? No, because I think the Super Heavyweight Championship is enough. Do we replace it with another item? EVW want to do the Stormbreaker Battle Axe? No. I'm going to say no. I think blank canvas, 12 months of tournaments. If you win, you got to make your own way to where December's usually in the United States. So make your way to United States if you can. And then you go, and then we get our first Legacy Hammer, and then that person, say, you become the Legacy Champion, and you have to defend it 4 times a year. But that promotion has to pay for flights, accommodation, and say $500 or $1,000 for you to defend the title. So, like, if I've got a promotion here, and I think my heavyweight champion can beat the Legacy, mate, I'm like, right, come, we got your flights, accommodation, food, $1,000, defend the title. He comes in, he beats our guy, he goes back home. He's got 3 more times to defend it in the year. And then that just all builds up. And then when it slowly starts climbing its way into like the top 20, then after 12 months of defending it, that's where it then goes into your East versus West. And it's like, oh, wow, this tournament's a qualifier to take on the Legacy Champion. Beautiful. So then the openers, the league, and then it just builds up, and then they creep into the top 10. And then suddenly it comes into the hands of Levant because it's Levant's world competitively, and we are all just living in it. Ready, bang. I'd like to see EVW have the audience all around the stage like WAL did. They will be at the next one. They will be. I think that's a must. That is a must. Only, though, if the crowd, and we've had plenty of fake people before. We've had fake people, EVW. We've had fake people at WAL. WAL openly admitted it. The number one thing of having, and I used to talk to people in Dubai are different, and it used to frustrate me, Mark. But I would say if you're going to be on camera, because they would all sit around there. If you are going to be on camera, you have to be cheering and up and about. That's a must. So if you're going to have people around the stage, they have to be losing their shit. Give them free drinks all night. Give them free alcohol all night as a part of it. Right, you just paid $500 for a front row seat. You're in the pit. And that's what the WAO used to call it. You're in the pit. Well, we're going to just feed you booze. So you fucking, you lose again, because there's nothing worse than when you're watching and you're like, damn, maybe I should go to one of these events. And you're seeing people in the front row just like, oh, that was good. Good pin. Good pin. Or the biggest one is like, oh, yeah. It's like, if you're going to be around it, which I believe they are in Austria, lose your shit if you can. Chip Ferguson says, as an expert CNC machinist, should be able to make an identical hammer. Best solution. Ridiculous amount of whining and crying, mostly by one person. Sad. But kind of understand what you're saying, Chip. But hear me out. Devon didn't bring it up this time. Erdemy's brought up to Dennis. Devon was proving Dennis and some of John's subtle jabs wrong. So it wasn't Devon this time. It was Dennis saying, well, it was mine. I could do what I want with it. Not sure what keeps getting brought up. So, but yeah. Why don't you make one just to have at your house, Chip? Or make one for me? Depending how much it was. Yeah. How's the weather down under? It is going to be 42 degrees Celsius. So what's that? Celsius to Fahrenheit. So because Americans are immature. 107 today. 107.6. Can you just get on the metric system? Okay. Awesome. Then you get yourself a front row seat. Good. Good. Hope you feel better. Right. Yeah, then you get a front row seat. Your front row, crazy Uncle Jim. I know you would, mate. What have we got here? Okay. Brilliant stuff going on, everyone in the chat. So yeah, so they're probably my final thoughts of it all. It can come back. It can be something magical. Can be something majestic. Will we continue to be talking about this? Yes, of course we will. It's a point of difference. Plus, we're still, 4 weeks away from the next East versus West. And for those that don't follow all the leagues around the world, then, it's something to talk about until we get there. People talk, in the off season of the NFL or the NBA, people talk about trades, people talk about signings, training, and to just keep talking about basketball. People just want to talk about arm wrestling. This is the next hot topic. I'll also, while I have mentioned Vitali, if I get a chance, I'll start messaging some others and whipping out some more guests to come on the show, as I love doing the solo ones. I know how much you guys love chatting to the best athletes in the world, and you're going to get them there, right? Anything final? Yeah, it was Erdemy's. It was Erdemy's on the latest slide. There was him and John Brasing with Robert. And Erdemy's, and he says it with a giant smile. It is great. It is brilliant. He's so good. Now, finally, probably before I wrap up, if the Legacy Hammer, if it's gone, if it's lost in translation, if it's melted down, if it's in the bin, if it's shattered in pieces, then what? And you want something to go with the super heavyweight championship. We've tried the helmet, we've tried the shield, which I didn't mind that concept. Execute, like, it was funny. I just always pictured Jerry Cadorette wearing it, didn't really fit his head. What would you then replace it with? They tried doing a sword at King of the Table 1. That's where the Legacy Hammer should have come in. They should have done a new one. I know it was hard. Like, they did it with Devon and Levan on the right arm. But then Levan just stopped bringing it. He didn't bring it to the match with Hermes. That would have been cool. Especially these days, fans who pay the VIPs would not only love to get a photo with their favorite athletes, but they'd love to get a photo with the Legacy Hammer. Or what's the new thing? What's the new thing that would happen? Is it the Stormbreaker? Will you be happy with the Stormbreaker? Is it, a redo of the championship belt? Because it's the super heavyweight, the strongest of the strongest. Is it a redo? Because all the belts look exactly the same. So is it now, like, if you're the super heavyweight champ, right, we're going to really do it up. Like, I love the AWE belts that we've got here in Australia. They look crisp. They look really crisp. So what would you like, whether you're watching this now, watching this a little bit later, what would you like for it to be replaced? Is it a chain? Is it a crown? Is it a weapon? Does it have to be a Marvel weapon? Is it a book? I'm just looking around my room now. Is it a trophy? Is it a trophy? Is it a book? Is it a ring? If you're into those sports. The championship ring. Trophy. Hermes and John never talk about the hammer. They both brought it up during the podcast. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But Devon knows, like, he knows people are going to take pot shots, and that's just all a part of the fun, in my opinion. It's all part of the fun. All right, see you, Brad. You have a good one, buddy. Good to see you in the chat. So get in there. What else have we got? Okay, no. I'd like a new hammer engraved with legends like Johnny Walker. Golden glove, Medusa crown, but with arms instead of snakes. Think someone would have to design that one for me. I don't think the hammer issue is ridiculous. I enjoy it. I enjoy the banter going back and forth. I love it. Something, we've all been in here having a laugh, having a chat about it. So I think it's ridiculous. I think it's fun, to be honest. I think it'd be great. It's great watching Aussie on my... Take a photo. Take a photo and send it to me right now. I'll wait till you get your phone ready. So here we go. Ready? Arminian, I'm going to pose and send it to me on my Instagram or Facebook. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did you take the photo? Better have sent the photo. You have no idea, Arminian. I've had these photos sent to me throughout the year, and it just blows my mind. Because I honestly don't think I've ever watched like a live YouTube show on my TV. I'm trying to think back in my early days. A lot of it's just on my phone, on the go. Because, like you guys, we can just get a bit busy. But I hope you can send me that pic. Or if anyone's watching this on their TV, send me a photo. It is amazing. I think you've sent me one before on your TV. Nathan McLemore. Email me. Yes, please. Email me. And I think you sent me one in the past. If you haven't, Nathan, you send me one as well, you son of a bitch. But you're not really a son of a bitch. I was just got a bit ahead of myself there. Right. All right, let's wrap it up there. You guys are awesome. Hit the like button on your way out. Watch some of my shorts. I've been putting some old classic matches with some fun commentary over the top. Go watch a bit of them. Hopefully Vitali later on in the week. His team's just getting back to me. And then I'm going to message a whole heap of people. And we go from there. If you all have me on the TV, send me a photo. Send me a photo of like, you got me on the TV. Are you there enjoying a drink? Are you rugged up? Are you cold? Are you on your exercise bike while watching the show? That would be cool. You guys are cool. You really are. Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, whether you like me or not, you guys turn up all the time, and it just makes me very, very happy. And then Criggy's just quickly come in. A form of monument that is past in concept time racing is needed, says Criggy. Needed. But then there are people not respecting the concept of it. So if they bring the Legacy Hammer in any form, That would be great. Hope you're doing well, my man from Sweden. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope life's going well for you. What is the email? I'll write it in because I'm about to end it. And then if anyone wants to buy some trading cards, I want to get rid of them all. There it is. Both TV and phone. You guys are the best. Right. I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Let's get some guests in there. Tell me all your thoughts in the comments section. You guys are the best.